We're Skip and Maddie Warner from Sandy, Utah. We moved here about a year ago from Arlington, Virginia. Maddie and I love Utah. Our neighbors, the people here, everything about it has been incredible.
Absolutely.
When we moved here, we needed to make a lot of changes to the inside and outside of the house. It needed a lot of work. Maddie began by renovating this beautiful kitchen that we have, but the focus has been for me on the man cave. And Maddie teamed up with Bengt. Bengt provided a lot of great insight to give the man cave some edge, and Maddie and Bengt put that together. The collection I have of American Indian and cowboy materials I've collected all my life, and they brought all that together in a beautiful way for me that's just been extraordinary.
So Maddie, when you bought this house, tell me what that basement looked like.
It didn't look like anything other than a long, empty bowling alley.
Is that right?
Nothing but concrete, no walls, ugly window wells, the metal window wells. It was just a blank slate.
Okay, and so you came up with the concept of doing like a man cave, right?
Oh, absolutely. For 15 years, I promised my husband that, when we moved out west, we were going to do the man cave of all man caves for him.
And so, how did you come across Bengt Erlandsson?
We had moved here a year ago from Virginia, and we were just walking around the neighborhood, and Bengt was working on another house, literally 2 doors down, and we just connected immediately, and we found out that we were both in design, and I knew that I needed somebody here that had been here for a while with the resources, and I just really lucked out with Bengt. He's just very knowledgeable.
So tell me a little bit more about what you guys had in mind and what you created.
Well, my husband is from New Mexico, and he's partly Native American, so we wanted something very rustic, and so we just went with a rustic look, but with an edge, a little bit higher end.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Let's go take a look.
Yeah, let's do that.
We run into a lot of long and narrow basements here in Utah, and it's a good thing they've got some expert help on this one. The good news is when it's all said and done, this is going to be a very enjoyable space, and Skip's going to be able to have that man cave he's always wanted. And on the other side, it's going to help increase the home's sellability and its value. And with the way it's laying down right now with just concrete floors and no walls, it really can only go up from here.
So we're in the basement of Maddie and Skip Warner's house, and they came to us several months ago and wanted our help as far as designing their space in the basement. This was an empty shell, so we had to lay it out, we had to do the space planning. We had some problems with the uneven ceiling. There were floor joists from upstairs that were coming down and going up in different levels. So we evened that out. We also came in here and put some more decorative elements like these beams. They're actually barn wood, reclaimed wood that we used for these elements. And then tying in the columns on the walls to make it more structural looking. So we also space planned with the furniture, custom furniture in this space in the living area. Our client, Skip, is actually part Native American, and he wanted that feel, so we brought in some custom fabrics on the chairs and on the sofa as well. So we're walking into another space in this basement, and we made this more into a dining or a game room. The challenge we had with this room was that it's very long and narrow, so we tried to break it up with these posts and beams and make it look more structural. We also had to space plan this space back here, which we made into 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. A great way to keep it open but still being able to close it is by using these barn doors by Rustica Hardware. The fun part about this project was that we were able to work with the client who are part Native American, and there was definitely a theme going on. And you can see that we accomplished that by bringing in some accessories and some fabrics that look a little bit more Western or Native American. For this project, our client came to us and they wanted to transform their unfinished basement into a man cave. What was fun about this project was that the client definitely had a specific theme in mind, and being part Native American, so we've tried to incorporate that into this space, and I think we did a pretty good job.
Well, Bengt did a wonderful job, and he wanted to make sure that the Native American influence was captured with the custom chairs and then the pool table and the shuffleboard.
But mostly my Indian collection has been displayed in a beautiful way. And so that's what we love about what's happened with the man cave here. And now I look forward to sharing it with all my friends and new friends and family here in Utah.
So Maddy, it came out amazing. What kind of problems and struggles did you have with the project?
Well, we knew that it was dark and narrow and like a large bowling alley. It's 2,500 square feet of unfinished space. But I would say the biggest challenge was, you know, we didn't want to enter this beautiful man cave with this dark, narrow staircase. And so we wanted to open it up. And even though we didn't open up a lot, we still had to, in order to get our permit, we had to get a steel beam installed.
Yeah, and that's very rare in residential housing, bring in steel beams, but it came out spectacular. So are you enjoying it?
Oh, we definitely are enjoying it. It exceeded our expectations. We call it a man cave with an edge, you know, with the pool table and the shuffleboard that we designed a room just for the shuffleboard. We love it. We absolutely love it, and we hear that whenever guests come, they'll never leave.
Yeah, that's spectacular. Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me.